Hey, and welcome to this week's vlog update. The last one of the year, the last one of 2021. Very exciting. I've got a lot of big news and a lot of big goals to talk about in a sec, but first, I wanted to briefly mention that later this week I will also be uploading a little composite video of my very first ever vocal performance. Well, snippets thereof, kindly via Anna. Um, like I said previously, my friend Anna very kindly came along to my very first ever live vocal performance earlier this month, where I sang a cover of Cyndi Lauper, True Colors, as well as one of my own original songs, Savoring Today, at a pub in Melbourne here. And Anna managed to get little video snippets of my Cyndi Lauper cover, at least, which was fantastic and hugely useful for me. Looking at those video snippets has really helped me identify ways I need to improve, priority areas for me to work on. So, my stage presence definitely, and also my nerves kicked in, and I was missing notes in, yeah, all over the shop, really. So, apologies, Cyndi Lauper, for butchering that song, but hopefully it wasn't too bad. And as a first time vocal performance, you know, I was expecting stuff like that to be happening. I also have some weird sort of like fidgety T-Rex thing going on with my hand that's holding the mic lead. So things like that. Oh, and also I for some reason this one Emily pointed out, she's just like, Jen, I was standing off to the side of the stage the whole time rather than actually being in the middle of the stage. And again, I don't know why. Just, panic probably set in and I wasn't thinking. And it seemed like I think I was aligning myself with the speakers that were on stage rather than the actual stage area for some reason. So things like that I need to work on for next time and will improve on. It can only get better, right? Fingers crossed. But yeah, so I'll whack that composite video up on this channel later this week. But the other big news is actually a series of uh, tasks, I suppose, that I will be doing over the coming weeks as I prepare to launch the EP finally on Friday, 4th of February 2022. That is the date I have earmarked because I've got some other things happening later in February that I want to have a sort of clear headspace for. So essentially, I'm trying to get the EP out and launched and essentially done and dusted before I need to shift my focus to that for a little while, that other stuff. So, Friday, February 4th, big day. And in preparation for that, I have finally taken the time to sit down and nut out a strategy. Dun, da, da, da. Here is my official release strategy, or the current draft thereof anyway, for my debut EP release. Now, I'm really glad that I've taken the time to nut it all out and put it all down in this format because until now I've been my head's been swimming with all these ideas and tasks and things that I need to do, and it's like, oh well, I need to do that, but then do I need to do that first, and then there's this other thing, do I really need to do that for this, or can it be, further down the road? And so there've just been these ideas sort of inundating me in my own head for a while now, and so getting it all down on paper in a semi comprehensible format like that has really helped my headspace. And so I know you can't actually read any of what's on here properly, but each column is a week in the lead up between now and the 4th. And actually, the final column is the week after the 4th, because it's also important to have a proper sort of close off period once the goal has been reached. And each row, of course, unsurprisingly, is a task that I need to do. So it's all kind of distributed across the weeks, and I've also organized it into different sections of different types of tasks. There are 6 task type sections. The first being, of course, the EP music, which is kind of the most important bit, right? And it's the first really series of chunks that need to be done. So kicking that one off, I've got M completing and providing the final piano recording for one of the tracks. and Joel completing the mixes and mastering for all of the tracks. And then once that's all done, I will then take the EP content and upload it to a distribution service. I've been sort of looking around at the different options there, and I think I'm probably going to go with Emu Bands because it's a one off fee. There's no sort of recurring annual charges to keep your music online once it's up. So, some services actually, if you don't renew your service with them, they will take your music off of all the platforms. So that's definitely not a kind of service I'm interested in. I want it to get up and stay up, and I don't want to have to, have the hassle of recurring fees to keep it up. That would be really annoying. And also with royalties, Emu Bands let you keep 100% of the royalties for music that you do put up through them, whereas other distribution services will take a percentage of the royalties essentially for as long as that song is up in existence. So again, another plus for Emu Bands. So even though it is considerably more expensive as a sort of one-off fee than the other options out there, I'm thinking, you know what, for the lack of hassle and the just getting it out there and that's it, I'm probably willing to pay that higher one-off investment just to not have to worry about it anymore. So that will probably be the winner on that front. But anyway, enough about distribution services. What else have I got? Ah, yes. So once that's all up and the distribution service has uploaded it to the various streaming platforms like Spotify, for example, then I'll of course have to go through and make sure that it has been added correctly to all of the streaming services. The artist information is correct as well as the EP content. So that's that first section of EP music, collection of tasks there. And then the next section I've got is supporting resources. And that is finishing all the EP artwork to the required spec to upload, as well as writing all the copy material for things like the artist bio and the press release, as well as creating collateral, so copy, visuals, and audio for promo activity, so for example, social media things, social media posts. And then if I've got time, which is a big if, I probably won't, but if I've got time, I'm thinking of creating a lyric video for Savoring Today. So a lyric video is essentially a music video, but just some imagery and the lyrics. So it's not actually anyone doing anything or anything sort of particularly, it's not really a music video in the traditional sense of a music video. It's more just getting your words for your song on a screen and some nice complementary visuals around that. So I might do that. I might whack one of those together if I've got time, but we'll see how we go there. Then the next section is the biggest one. It's online platforms. So essentially ensuring that all my messaging and branding is unified across all my platforms online. So that's my website, that's my YouTube channel, Instagram, Facebook, SoundCloud. I have just created a SoundCloud account. There was some weird sort of hiccups there because apparently their bots are weird and nonsensical and flag things for no reason sometimes. So I got SoundCloud flagged when I tried to open an account. Don't know why, but that's been resolved now. I've been contacted by tech support. They're like, yeah, the account's been released. It's all good. So haven't checked that, but I'm assuming they're not lying to me. So now I'm on SoundCloud, hopefully. And then I've also started up a Bandcamp page. There's nothing on it yet, obviously, because I don't have anything to put on it yet, but it's there and it's a placeholder, and I've got a little sort of intro bio of myself on there. And then as the EP is finished, I can start putting things on Bandcamp as well. And BandLab. So that one is a really interesting sort of online music collaboration platform that Emily got me onto about a year ago, I think, to sort of help with sharing ideas. And so that one is a really interesting one. I haven't spent a lot of time on it. Emily is my only connection on there at the moment, but it does seem like a very interesting environment that I might want to explore further moving forward. So yeah, if you are on any of those and we aren't connected yet, I would absolutely love to connect with you. So I will whack links to all of those in the description below. Just follow the link, and if you would be willing to add me, hugely, hugely would be appreciated. Because, yeah, I'm keen to grow and, have conversations and connect and explore all of these different platforms and what they can do and how they can be of benefit. So that would be really cool. And then my next section is sort of promoting and generally getting the word out. So that's directly contacting friends and family about the EP release, as well as researching and contacting any relevant industry or sector groups, vloggers and other influencers who might be interested in the EP and its sort of backstory, and also pitching to playlists once I have the EP up on streaming platforms via the distribution service that I'll use. I can then start pitching the tracks to different playlists. So I might actually look at investigating services like Submit Hub and Playlist Hunter to facilitate that process and help identify different playlists that might want to have a look at my EP content for their playlists. And then the next section after that is a little launch event that I'm planning. It's not going to be anything huge. It's just going to be a little small event, basically an excuse for me to have a little party and hopefully see some of the friends and family and people who've supported me on this journey. And yeah, connect with them, have a drink together, have a chat. That would be really nice. I mean, we've been in freaking lockdown for forever, right? So it would be good to see real humans and interact with real humans. And this is a really good excuse to have a party with them. So I'm going to have a launch event, hopefully, assuming that we, stay in a state where such things are permitted again, because my lockdowns or something, they happen randomly, it seems, sometimes in Melbourne, but we'll see how we go. That would coincide with Friday the 4th of February. So if you happen to be free on Friday the 4th of February, I would love to see you. And yeah, let's have a drink or something, right? And celebrate the end of this huge project and the beginning of whatever comes next. I'm very excited about this. No, you couldn't tell, right? No way. And then final section after that is building momentum, I've called it. And that's essentially what comes after the launch, immediately after. So I've timed it for the week after the launch. And this phase starts off, of course, with individually thanking everyone who has supported me during this journey, and because it has amazed me continually how kind people have been, how generous with their time and advice and impressions. And so I really want to make sure I take the time to thank everyone, because it has meant a lot to me, all of this. And then another thing that I need to do during that week is also communicate how people can continue helping. So streaming the EP, playlisting, so adding any tracks that they like to their own playlists, because the algorithms really like it, obviously, when your music gets played. And so if someone adds one of my songs to the playlist that they listen to regularly, and then they listen to it in that will really, really help me out. That would be like hugely valuable in terms of helping me to build more awareness of the music, to get it out there. Because if the algorithms obviously notice that, oh, hey, this song's being listened to, maybe I can recommend it or suggest it for someone else who likes this kind of music, that would be great. And then, of course, sharing. So sharing links to the streaming location, or even just other content of mine. If I have something on social media that they enjoy or that they find useful, then even just resharing that will also help with algorithms and just getting what I'm doing in front of other people, which would be amazing again. So those are the three main ways people can help out, would be streaming, playlisting, and sharing. And then also another task for me that week is just analyzing how this release strategy itself has performed, any outcomes from that, and identify the key learnings and what I need to take away and remember for next time, or for moving forward, or for next steps. Very, very important to take the time to understand what's been learned and how it can be applied. And also another thing I need to do that week is exploring ways to leverage the existing collateral that I've created. So, the artwork I've created, any writing, copy type stuff, or promotional material, how I can take that and potentially repurpose it for future activity, future use. And also, I want to try to source at that point any potential photographers and videographers for future as well. So, I want to try to build a photo library and, maybe have an eye to making music videos. So, starting to collect recommendations for photographers and videographers in the Melbourne area would be great. So, if you happen to know anyone, please let me know. I would love to hear about them. And yeah, hopefully I can find someone who's really aligned with, the messaging and the music that I'm creating. That would be amazing if I could find people like that to work with. So, please let me know. And then, of course, the final item needs to be Jen continues exploring, maintaining relationships, and creating music, because that is the whole point of all of this, right? Is creating music, always getting better at it, improving, and hopefully creating things that people resonate with and enjoy and that brings them value, because that's ultimately what all of this is for, is that's why I'm doing it. I want to make things that speak to people in ways that they find valuable and enjoy, and that help them build as a person. So the music that I create, I like to think of as helping people remember who they are. That is my mission. That is my core value, I guess, is helping me remember and explore who I am, but also helping other people who are pursuing that same process. That is my goal. And I want to keep doing that and keep getting better at it for as long as I exist. So that is the ultimate aim. And the release strategy, of course, has to end on that too. Because it doesn't end at the end of the release strategy. That is, like the heading says, building momentum. And with that said, I have rambled on for a lot longer than I usually do these days. So thank you if you have paid attention thus far. I really appreciate it. And again, I'll whack those links to my various platforms down below. And if you've got any thoughts or suggestions, or if you think that there's anything in this that I might have overlooked or is unrealistic or needs to change, please let me know in the comments below. I would definitely love to hear about it, because this is also new to me. Hugely grateful of, any insights or thoughts of any sort offered. And I'll see you next time.